I gotta tell you, you are in for a treat tonight. We are in the Bronx, and we are so psyched to be here. Now, we do these events all over the country, all over the world. We just came from an event in San Diego where there were 10,000 people going through the same exact presentation. So what we've done is we've bottled that up and we brought it here for you today. And tomorrow we're going to be doing the same thing in Woodstock, New York. Who's going to be in Woodstock, New York? Woo! So these ladies actually drove 90 minutes from Woodstock to be here tonight, because what we're doing is we're actually impacting lives in a huge, profound way. So how many of you are really not sure why you are here tonight? Please be honest, because it'll be helpful. Everyone knows why they're here? Alright, so does everyone know that we're here to introduce something to you called Isagenix, which is a solutions-based company based out in Arizona, and this is part of our international launch. So over the next 2-3 weeks, we're going to be in some very special places around the country and around the world, happening simultaneously, because we're on part of a world movement. We're actually out to impact world health. Our mission is to free people from physical and financial pain. In the process, create the largest health and wellness company in the world. So, over the next 3 weeks and over the past week or two, we've been in New Jersey, Seattle, Atlanta, Miami. I just found out next week we're going to be in Red Bank, New Jersey. Tomorrow we're going to be in Woodstock, New York. Yesterday we were in Boston. What is Isagenix for you?
So before Isagenix, I used to not be able to sleep through the night. I used to wake up approximately every hour or two. I used to live in Upper East Side in Manhattan, and I used to be chronically tired. I never had any energy.
Can anyone relate?
Yeah.
And I had ballooned up. I gained 90 pounds while I was working for America for 4 years. So when I went on one of the Isagenix solutions, I released 75 pounds in 6.5 months without any exercise. Without any exercise. Now I'm working out 5 days a week. So, I started to commit more and more to my transformation. So it's really been a blessing. I'm a brand new person.
Awesome. And what do you see over the next 2-3 years with yourself and Isagenix?
I envision that this will be the vehicle that I will leverage to retire myself and
Awesome. And what were you saying about your dad the other day when you said something in the kitchen about his products or his shakes?
he says a lot of things. My father had no idea what the superfoods were, so he was watching my mom and I joined him every day. He said, okay, fine, I'll give it a try. So finally he started using it every day, and they go down to Atlantic City quite often. Sometimes they will forget to bring this with them, and then he realized that he cannot go a day without it. He feels such a huge difference when he's on regular food versus when he's on superfoods. So he is one of the biggest raving fans I have. When I leave the house, he said, make sure you have it with you. I was like, okay.
All right, round of applause for Charlie. Thank you. Apparently, it's high quality superfood, nutrient dense, adaptogens, with this cleansing component that actually just allows the body to cleanse itself through herbs and adaptogens. That was pretty much the essence of it. Then you flood your body with the highest quality proteins on the planet, and you release the toxins and impurities. I'm like, sounds like everybody should do it. I'm like, okay. I mean, it just made sense to me. I had no resistance, and I got down to my high school weight. I was never really a big guy, but I had a little fat around the middle, and very fun. It was very great to go from like a 34, ish to like a 32-ish, and it was great. I just felt good, but I didn't know where we were going to go with it. Then my chiropractor said I was adjusting them. He said, "What's that stuff you're doing?" So he starts looking at the ingredients. He's like, "Oh my God, there's folic acid in here." I said, "Is that bad? Is that good?" He said, "That's very good. It's an organic joint lubricator." He said, "You got to overnight this stuff for me." We called it the stuff back then. We didn't do that. So we overnighted to my chiropractor. He lost 12 12 pounds in 9 days, and I gave it to my lawyer. I said, and I said, check this out, and look at it, because if it's good, we're both going to do it. Comes back, he's like, this is a blue chip company. They did 65 million. I scoured the internet. Good, bad, ugly. They dotted their I's, they crossed their T's. They've got world-class people at their helm. I'm in. I said, doctor's in, my lawyer's in, I'm in, sign me up. Showed part of this presentation, which you're about to see, to my dad. My dad was in a danger zone health-wise. He lost 56 pounds at 62 years old. And we started telling everybody. Every 10 months, I replaced my full-time income. And I remember the day I woke up, and my wife and I were looking at, so I was building a business. I was actually, back in 06, I was president of the BBD Club. I was busy but broke. I was working like a dog. I was paying $2,700 a month rent for 700 square feet. And I was working 60 hours a week selling advertising. And I was working this pretty consistently, 10, 15 hours a week, 60 hours a week job, 10, 15 hours a week. Then I started doing maybe 15, 20 hours a week. It was still kind of part-time. And all of a sudden, 10 months, almost to the day, my part-time income from sharing my dad's success story replaced my full-time income. And we made a choice. My wife said, doesn't look like you could afford to go to work today.
My husband, who is one of the most skeptical people in the world, I said to him, I just ordered this program, it shakes, I'm going to be taking it, I'm going to lose weight. He said, order some for me. That was it. I was just floored. So we both went on the program, and just our results, 2 months, I dropped 17 pounds, 25 inches, and I've been able to keep that off for 8 years. I travel around the world. We eat out, we play with our grandkids. I'm not on a diet. I use this program as my food. And when I think about going to a restaurant, I go, I don't know. Sometimes we do that to be social. So that's my food story, my Isagenix in my body transformation story. What happened then was I got a call from one of our business partners who said, you gotta come to this meeting. I said I was not doing this. No, I'm not going to meetings, I'm not going to people, I'm not making phone calls, I'm alone. And he said, just come to the meeting. And he was very convincing. And I dragged myself to the Midtown office of Nicole's husband. And around this table were about 8 people that I watched the video. And we talked. I asked somebody about this, they didn't know. I asked somebody about that, they didn't know. The video was really good back then, it was really terrific. And people started asking me, what's going on? You look different. All that fluffiness went away, just went away. And I was sleeping better. I didn't even realize it was going to make that impact. People started asking me, what is it? So I started telling them on this stuff. And at that time, that's what we had. We had stuff. We had how to lose weight. Other people got on the program. I started getting paid. 18 network marketing companies. I never made money. Isagenix has started getting paid within my first month. And I've gotten paid every week for 8 years. The money goes. I get paid every week. The money goes on my debit card. I use it for whatever I want. My husband and I are leaving in about 2 weeks on a month trip to the Middle East. We spent 6 weeks in Europe in the spring. The year before, we spent 5 weeks in Italy. That's to say, Isagenix is paying for that. And while I'm away, my business keeps growing. I have business partners who will take care of people for me. I have friends who will introduce this. I meet people around the world. I'm speaking to a gentleman I ate in his restaurant in Copenhagen. He's got family in Vietnam. We're consulting with each other. We're having these emails back and forth. So all I know is I walked across the stage at Celebration this year, being inducted into the $500,000 Hunters Club.
As a family in Isagenix is to impact world health, and free
always know you have a system in your hand to take control of your health.
Isogenics is not an extra expenditure. It's food, right? This is not something that you're doing on top of what you're already doing. It's a reallocation of funds that you're already spending on groceries and eating out. Now you still eat food on Isogenics, obviously, but this is a full meal replacement rather than spending, $5 or $6 on a breakfast sandwich and a coffee. You're going to be spending less than $3 on a complete meal with, as you can see in these numbers, a lot more nutrition for a lot less calories.
I have a 300-pound man say to his wife, unless there's an effing pizza in that shake, I'm going out for dinner.
Right.
And now he's down 120 pounds. So, we will. What's good about our program is when you come on board. Who invited you here?
Susan.
Great. Well, Susan's actually mentoring with experts, nutritionists, medical doctors, world-class athletes. So the company's been doing this for 12 years. We got it down to a science. What it is, what's your name?
Rocky.
Rocky. So what it is it's actually condensed food. So it's a low-calorie, high-protein, high-condensed superfood. It's actually classified as a superfood by a nutritionist who's been in food formulation for 40 years and has governmental awards all up the wazoo. So our best type of person to work with is someone who's educated either from the health profession, like a medical profession, or someone who's in tune with their body and has tried everything, or someone like Ellen who's tried 18 different companies until she found her home. So once you try the shake, you'll be like, oh, that's why everyone was so excited. So try the shake. In fact, better yet, try the whole system because it works as a system. Give it 30 days. We recommend for best results to give it 100 days. Give your body, because we've made our body this good or bad in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Give yourself 100. So we're changing lives. As you can see, people's wallets are getting bigger, their waists are getting smaller, their hearts are getting grander, their community is getting larger, and we invite you to embrace our community at any level that you choose. You want to be a customer? Great. We'll help you get the healthiest you've ever been. Put years back in your step, pep in your step, and life back in your life. You want to make a little extra money to make your products for free? We can show you how to do that. If you want to make a car payment, we can show you how to do that. If you want to make a house payment, we can show you how to do that. And if you're ready to make a change, a significant change in your life, and you want to make a contribution to others, and you want to be in a community that's supportive, we welcome to have you. Thanks for coming. We're going to stick around, answer some questions.